Oh no. Oh, you look hot. Hey.
Hi.
Hey guys, it's Ty.
And Paige.
And today is...
Who knows?
I don't know. I don't have a sense of day. You don't have a sense of time. I don't know if you guys know, but...
we had a baby a week ago.
Yes,
a week ago today.
1 week since we had our little...
I love it. That's cool, man. Yeah, you gotta do the blue one like that too.
We had a girl. Miss Kennedy Page was born on February 25th at 2:41 p.m. She weighed 8 pounds. Bless you. Bless you.
Bless you, baby.
8 pounds, 6 ounces. And she was 22.5 inches long. Pretty big baby. I don't know if y'all saw my stomach, but my stomach was not big at all. So people swore we were having a tiny baby and a boy at that. And we ended up with a big baby girl. So she's happy and healthy. I'm doing good. Ty's doing great.
Doing great, doing great.
We're just adjusting to mommyhood.
Yeah, we just wanted to come in and update you guys because you know, some people have been asking how's mommy and baby doing. We're doing great. We're just taking time to like take it all in and adjust and get her situated in her new home. Right now we put her down. She's a little fidgety. So she's down in her bassinet right now, chilling. You hear her making noise? Yeah.
Say hi, Kennedy. Okay.
Okay. She says hi, and obviously by that noise we're gonna have to end this video soon. But babe, tell how your labor and everything went.
Okay, so labor was not what I expected. You know, you watch TV and you see labor and people like screaming like ah, whatever. My water broke at like 2 something in the morning, and it didn't break like it does on TV. It didn't break all at once. It was breaking in spurts, so I was having like little gushes of water. But I knew that something was different. And then I started feeling like this pressure in my butt. And so I started timing when I was having the pressure, and I was having it every like 5 to 8 minutes for 1 minute at a time. So after like an hour, I finally woke Ty up and was like, babe, I think my water may have broken and I think I might be in labor. But I wasn't getting contractions in my stomach or my uterus like, you know, like most people say. Like there was nothing going on in the front. Everything was happening in my butt. So Ty started timing it for like another hour.
Wanna hold it?
Yeah, let me grab her. Ty started timing it for another hour. You can pick up there.
And then she called the midwife, and I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with midwifery, but when you go into labor, you kind of labor mostly at home, so they wanted to make sure she was like 5 centimeters dilated, a little further along. And by the tone of her voice and how I believe how calm she was, they were like, oh, she's not that far along. So they were like, we'll call back in a few hours to check on you or whatever. So they called back, and I talked to them and said basically like, oh yeah, she's in labor. They're 5 minutes apart. And they were like, okay, well, we'll meet you at this time. So we met, we went there, and they did like a checkup, and they were like, you see what I see? And I looked and I was like, that's hair. So
I was 9 centimeters dilated at that point.
So we got it popping, got the water running in the tub, and baby cruised on through. Right. 4 hours after we got to the birthing center. So labor was probably a total of what, like 11 hours?
It was a total of 11 hours. I was having mostly butt labor. I didn't, like I said, I didn't get the labor in the front. I don't know, my contractions weren't bad. They stayed like a minute apart. I mean, a minute at length. They got a little closer together, but it was a very peaceful, quiet labor. The birth, same thing. It was just, you know, very peaceful and serene. The lights were dim low. I didn't want any music. I didn't want any noise. I just wanted silence, and that's what I had. It was very quiet and easy. It was pretty easy labor. And then
I was so proud of her, of them. working together to
Yeah, we
get.
worked together, right, Kennedy? And then, yeah, baby Kennedy was born. So, labor was not what I expected. It was much different. It was a lot easier than I expected. The pains, or whatever you want to call them, I call them birth waves, but they were very calm, and just as long as I stayed calm, Ty was a great support. She helped me through my contractions, and
got in the water with her.
yeah, she was in the water with me and everything. But we worked as a team and we got it done. So Miss Kennedy just finished eating, and then we put her down. She was supposed to be taking a nap, but she's looking like she's hungry again.
Yeah, so
that became my second struggle. So we got home. We left the birth center about 6 hours after she was born. We came home and spent that first night at home. You're hungry, huh? Okay, we'll feed in 2 seconds, okay? So we came home and we spent the first night at home, which was great. And then the next morning we went back to the midwife, and Kennedy lost a few ounces, which is normal. And then the very next day we went to the pediatrician. So her second day we went to the pediatrician, and when we went the night before, she was a little fussy, and she's typically not fussy. So she cried a lot that night or whatever, and we got to the doctor, and the doctor was like, she's starving.
Oh, let's rewind. She's typically not fussy because this baby is so calm. She's a little fussy right now. She did not cry when she came out the womb.
She didn't.
She didn't cry at all. And they were scared, so they took her a little bit to give her, you know, some oxygen and make sure her lungs were clear and stuff, and she let out some little cries. But she was so calm. She was just looking around. She never really cried. So yeah, so she lost a few. You were at that part, right?
Yeah.
I have like serious like mommy brain. I don't know how I'm managing because the sleep deprivation has been real. But she lost a few ounces, so we were
a few more ounces.
So we were having a little trouble with like milk supply and stuff, but we are doing great now. The pumping, the breastfeeding, all of that's going a lot better. This first week has been like amazing. I really have no words. Do you have words to explain it, really?
No, it's a huge adjustment, but it really is amazing. I mean, we're trying to let's put it up a little bit. We're trying to you know, bond with her, and well, we have been bonding with her, but we're also trying to, you know, get a little system going with feeding and stuff. And she's still having a little issue latching, so we're going to have a lactation consultant come. Hey, baby. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna have a lactation consultant come so that we can work on the latching or getting a really good latch. But in the meantime, I've been feeding her. She finally latches. It takes some time, but she does finally latch. And we also pumping in between feedings to this way to we can increase my milk supply. So we've been pumping and storing, and trying to keep her away from bottles as much as possible so she can she won't have nipple confusion, which we think she might have at this point, because we did have to give her a couple of bottles. But overall, it's going good. We just need to kind of find that balance with feeding. But we go back to the doctor tomorrow so they can check her weight to make sure that she's gaining weight properly. And we'll have an update tomorrow, right? What else is going on?
From my end, it's really been amazing. I mean, there's been challenging times, especially with her losing weight and, you know, crying in the middle of the night, and I have to make sure that I'm giving baby like a break for her body to recover. Like although she had like a really fast and, you know, peaceful labor, you know, it's taxing on the body.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of taxing on the body, I got bad hemorrhoids, okay? Nobody talks about that.
No,
nobody talks about that.
I don't want to talk about it right now. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Nobody talks about that in labor, but it was serious. Like, I got really bad hemorrhoids, so you know, now being home, I have to heal from that. And you know, sitting in the house, just sitting up is difficult. It's painful. So you know, I've been doing things to treat those. But it's very uncomfortable, and nobody talks about that. You know, they talk about childbirth and all that stuff, but they don't talk about the other side of it. So between a few stitches that I received and the hemorrhoids, it's been a little uncomfortable, but Babe has been a huge support, and she really helped me with
the hemorrhoids, guys.
She has. Oh. But she's really a big help when it comes to the baby. So for me, getting up and down can be a struggle, so she helps me a lot with that. And
Kennedy got her first house tour last night because she wouldn't stop crying. So I like walked around the whole house bouncing her. Went all the way upstairs. We have like a balcony on like towards the roof of our place. Took her all the way up there. The sun was rising. She gazed at that for like a second. They can't really see, but I think she saw something was changing. It's been amazing watching her give birth. She did amazing. Just looking at Kennedy, like I can't stop looking at her. Like she's ours.
We say that to each other all the time.
All the time. And there's like the first 24 hours, I will wake up out of my 20-minute nap and be like, oh right, we have a baby. And just smile. But oh gosh, there's milk all over
the place. That's fine.
But it's been amazing. We're like on cloud 9.
We are.
Loving it. It is definitely the hardest, most beautiful thing ever.
It is.
And I think what makes it hard is that, you know, when she's crying, you don't know why she's crying. And she doesn't cry much, so when she cries, like we know
that
like
something's
she's
wrong.
Uncomfortable or something's up. So yeah, that's our first week, and we just wanted to check in. We are gonna do like, you know, a Kennedy video. We're gonna talk more about the labor and the birth and show footage of that. And Kennedy has her newborn shoot this week coming up. So
yeah. So right now what's going on, my mom's in town. She came in from Panama to help us for a couple weeks, so she's here taking care of us. I'll be taking care of Kennedy, which is a huge help. My sister was here before that, which was a huge help as well. And things have been going really good. We have some big things. We'd like to change up our channel a little bit. So before it was Life with Taipei because it was just Life with us, but now we're gonna change it to Life with Mamadeux. 2 moms, and you know, it'll be our adventures. Not much different than Life with Taipei, but you know, we want to talk about parenting. We want to talk about some of the things that we encounter as parents, and
marriage,
our marriage,
keeping our marriage up, keeping our relationship with each other
healthy and strong. So we want to talk about all of those things, and then of course continue to show what we do best, travel. So we're gonna get back to traveling soon. Woo-hoo! We're moving to the East Coast in a couple months.
Yes.
So we just have a lot of things in store, so we want to share that with you guys. So the channel name will be changing. New things coming. Please continue to support us. Question though, so I did a water birth, and I know most people, you know, talk about birthing in the hospital. Would you guys consider a water birth? If you would, hit the like button below. Just curious. And comment
why or why not.
Yeah,
you know?
We want to hear what you guys have to say.
And what your fears are. We're interested in what other women's fears are when it comes to childbirth and having a midwife,
as opposed to a doctor.
Or I mean, midwives are doctors. They go
but
through
people
the same
don't
training.
look at it like that.
That's true. And like, what stops you? Like, what mindsets or visions you have of midwives and water births and birth centers versus a hospital?
Yeah, before we do that video, I would like to have some of you guys feedback to see what some of your concerns are, questions, comments, or whatever, so that we can address that in the video. Obviously, we can tell you why we chose it and you know, how our experience was, but we also want to be able to connect with you guys so that you can benefit from our experience in whichever way that goes. So,
and make sure you guys follow us on Instagram. We are changing our name, and make sure you guys follow us. I'm gonna put, of course, it down here, but I'm also gonna put it at the end of the video as usual. Follow us there because we tend to update that a lot easier versus YouTube.
Posting a YouTube video.
Right, so
we can put quick updates on
our cute little pictures we've taken of Kennedy up on Instagram. So make sure you guys follow us on Instagram.
Absolutely.
Look at her. Isn't she beautiful?
Thank you, baby.
After giving birth and all, she was still beautiful.
You thought I was gonna be ugly after?
No, not that. But even like, I have to show you guys some of the pictures I captured. But even during labor, she was just so like, I can't explain it. Usually, I think that media just screws your head up. You think that it's just gonna be, you're just gonna be rough. Right. But no, you're beautiful, baby.
I did something called Hypno Babies before the birth. It was like a hypnosis / meditation, basically training your mind to view the birth process as a positive experience, as a journey, and be more mindful going in of certain things. And I will say that it helped a lot. I wanted no part of Hypno Babies on the day of
I cut it
of the birth.
She was like, I don't want to hear her voice.
Cut it off. But yeah, but it definitely prepared me for the experience. And you know, a lot of people said before I got to this point that I would just know what to do when I got there, and nothing that anybody tells me is going to come into play. But I will say Hypno Babies definitely came into play. I know that some people have said that it really worked for them, and some people say that it didn't work at all. It definitely worked for me, and I can share that experience with you guys as well. But it helped me have a very peaceful birth, and I wasn't frantic. I didn't scream. I wasn't afraid of anything, and I just kind of took it head on and in a very peaceful and graceful way, I think. So yeah, we can share that too.
Yeah, so look out for our upcoming videos. Our next video will be about the birthing and our update on Kennedy. And we'll see you guys later.
Peace.